So hello all, hello. So welcome back to the session. So all participants are ready, I think, for the yoga session. Okay. So I'm hand over the mic to Grishma ma'am. Hello, Grishma miss. Hello.
Hello, hope I am
Ah,
audible.
yes, yes.
Uh, Good evening all. Next section is about stress management through Sahaja Yoga. Sri Vijay Kumar Nalgirkar is with us. He's actually former Executive Director, Engineers India, Senior Vice President, Reliance Industries Mumbai. Along with his professional experiences, his main activities are in spiritual side. He's actually dedicated disciple of Her Holiness Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi, practicing Sahaja Yoga since 1984. Leader and main coordinator of Sahaja Yoga Delhi state for 5 to 6 years, world leader of Sahaja Yoga for 5 years, member of Sahaja Yoga World Council for 6 years, trustee of Sahaja Yoga Music Academy since last 16 years, trustee of Life Eternal Trust Nagpur since last 16 years. On behalf of LBS College of Engineering and all participants present here, I welcome you to this program, sir. Uh, Over to you, sir.
Hello, sir. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Ah, it's
Hello.
audible, sir. Hello.
Hello, Vijay, sir. Over to you, sir.
Yeah. I just joined. Uh, I'm fine. Thank you very much. And I'm here, connected. Are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you. So, uh, we can start,
Yes, sir.
Mr. Sandeep.
Okay, we can start, sir.
Okay. uh, the subject given is stress management through Sahaja Yoga. So let us know what is stress first and then what is Sahaja Yoga. Actually, stress is caused in our being. We all are human beings. So in our being, the stress is caused due to imbalance in our being. Our being has to be balanced. Then there's nothing like stress. The imbalance is caused, and that is why the stress we feel. Now, if we go to the real basic roots, so we have one called desire, by which we set our goal, our targets, maybe however small it is, however big it is, and then we try to achieve through actions. So if we do not able to achieve the required percentage, then we feel uh, frustrated. Now, this kind of stress feeling, which is also called tension these days, now this is only a product of the modern world, modern developed world. Our forefathers never felt anything called tension or stress, but this is the product of this modern developed world. And why this desire, action, achievement, do not meet because of many reasons in this modern world. That is because there is more and more competition, much more competition. Next is the time gets reducing the more and more developed world. It is a faster activity, faster work has to be done. At the same time, in all the human beings, there is a change, like they are more cunning. The cunningness was not there in the earlier. Now this modern world has given this product. Then there is no faith in each other. Then there is a poor management practices, including corruption, etc. Then pollution. And all these are the reasons. That is why we are not able to keep our balance. That is desire, action and achievement. And as a result, what we feel is the frustration, jealousy, hatred, guilty feeling, anger, and all this in our being. And many times we cross our human limitations because our human body, human physically, mentally, we have limitations. We have to operate within the limitation. But to achieve this, we go beyond our limitation. And this modern world, as I told you, is full of cunningness and no faith in each other, pollution, poor management, etc. And as a result, it causes frustration, jealousy, hatred, and it causes stress. And the stress we feel what we call as tension. And as a result, we go to doctors, we go to psychiatrists, we go to sometimes gurus also, so-called gurus. They may not be the real gurus, but we go to them and we get caught up because the doctors treat and we get so many side effects. And similarly, the gurus are in the market. They also try to give different so-called yoga, the different practices, and we fall into different traps. And as a result, the real cause of rooting out the stress and tension is not obtained. Sahaja Yoga is a system by which we deal with the roots, and this is a natural process, and by dealing with the roots, the so-called the stress feeling is automatically removed from our being. Now, first I will explain what is this imbalance in our being. Before we go to what is a meditation and how we become thoughtless, first let us see what is the imbalance. We have in our being, can we go to the chart? Yes. What we see physically from outside, we have called as a gross body. With our five senses, whatever we see is a gross body of every human being. But every human being, irrespective of color, country, male, female, anywhere, so we have what is called is the Sukshma Sharir, that is a subtle body, subtle body, and what we see outside is the gross body. This subtle body has, you can see in this chart, three channels in our being. The yellow one is called a Pingala Nadi. The channel means Nadi in the Indian language. And the blue, what we see is the Ida Nadi. The blue deals with all our feelings, sentiments, emotions, and the past. It is also called Chandra Nadi. And the blue, what we is the Pingala Nadi. it deals with all our futures, and it is also called our planning, futuristic thinking, our goals, our aims, and activities, physical or mental both. So that is a blue. There is a yellow. So yellow and the green, yellow and the blue. These two channels both are called right sympathetic system and left sympathetic system in the medical language. Whereas these channels are existing, but medical doctors, they can't see these channels. And so there has to be a balance between these two right and left channels, which is called Ida Nadi and Pingla Nadi, Surya Nadi and Chandra Nadi. So there has to be a balance. So the blue Ida Nadi is called is of desire Shakti. It is a desire, and the yellow is action, activity, Kriya Shakti, and the blue is the Icha Shakti. So the Icha and Kriya, so that has to go hand in hand, and so there is no imbalance. But if there is no matching, so it causes imbalance. Now, the God has created a one channel in between these two right and left sympathetic channel, which is called parasympathetic system, which is in the center, which is called Sushumna Nadi. Now, this Nadi is the central Nadi, and the job of this Nadi is to bring balance between right and left sympathetic or the channels. So at the bottom, you will find a triangular shape, which is actually a sacrum bone in every human being. And in this sacrum bone, there is one divine energy, divine power, cosmic power, residing in a sleeping state, dormant state. And that is to be awakened. And that travels upward, Urdhva-gati, through this central channel, which is a parasympathetic system, Sushumna Nadi. And as it travels upward and upward, it comes to the last, you will find this, the center shown, we call as chakras. Now, I will not go into the details of each chakra. So the Kundalini has to cross all the chakras, what is called as the centers or plexus in medical language. They call all these plexus. So it crosses these plexus centers, and the last is the Sahasrara. You will find on the top of the head, which is a fontanel bone area. Now that chakra, 1000 Sahasrara means it has 1000 nerves. 1000 we call petals, but actually it is nerves. So once it is opened, then it brings balance between right and left. And then you have no more imbalance in the being. So you are in the balanced state. The entire stress developed due to imbalance, it goes off. Now, this Sahasrara is also called, it is in the limbic area. So the below that, there is one chakra called Ajna chakra. So the moment the Kundalini, which is rising from the sacrum bone, triangular bone, upward, the moment it crosses the Ajna chakra, it gives you nirvicharta, thoughtless awareness. You are fully aware, but in thoughtless state. And that will give, that itself will try to give you out of all stress and the tension. The moment you cross the Sahasrara, now that is also called Brahma Randra. Randra means it is a hole, Brahma means which is letting you to go reach the Brahma Shakti, the Brahma Chaitanya. And this is what is, these are the roots. All the chakras, what you are seeing, they are the centers, energy centers, chakras, and these are the nadis. And at the top, when you open Sahasrar, the Brahmarandra, you are uniting with this all-pervading power, all outside our being, whether it is a solid, liquid, gaseous state, everywhere, anywhere in this creation, anywhere in this universe, it is only controlled by Brahma Chaitanya, Brahma Shakti. So you are getting united with that Brahma Shakti by awakening Kundalini, which is in a dormant state in every human being right from your birth there. And that is how you are born. As soon as you are born, after a few months, your sahasrar gets closed because of what is called as calcification, and you remain as a detached. So it is like a getting birth into an egg form. All the birds, they are called Dvija, means twice born. First they get in an egg form, then they come out of the egg. Similarly, when this Brahma, our sasrar is closed, we are like in a eggshell, and when it is opened and we are getting connected with this all-pervading power of Brahma Chaitanya, we get second birth. So that is how we call it Dvija. Every bird which comes after the egg is called Dvija, second born. Similarly, the human beings whose sahasrar is opened and they get another birth, it is called Dvija. And also, it is written in every religion, whether it is a Hindu, Muslim, Christian, the moment you are a second born, you feel on your central nervous system the cool breeze. Cool breeze is called in Christianity, but in Hinduism it is called Brahma Chaitanya. In Muslim it is called Ruh. So that is why the Muslim people, they stretch both the hands and they keep waiting to feel the Brahma Chaitanya. And there are so different names in different religions. Whereas this is the first in every spirituality, this is the first step to get Dvija, to get second birth. It is also called Atma Sakshatkar, means the moment you are feeling cool breeze, it is called Sakshatkar, means realization. You are feeling the self-realization. Self means the spirit, self means the Atma, the existence of the Atma inside you. You are feeling that realization, that Sakshatkar. So that is how once you get Atma Sakshatkar or self-realization by opening Sahasrar and awakening Kundalini through Ajna Chakra and Sahasrar, automatically your all stress feeling will go away. So you will feel relaxed, you will feel comfortable, you will feel lighter, you will feel fresh, and you will not only will feel that, but you will feel joyous. That joy which is from inside, which is called Brahmananda. So you can feel that, or it is also called Nirananda. So that state, your being has gone much beyond your stress and tension, has entered into Nirananda state, Brahmananda state. And automatically, then these two nadis are in the balanced state. You are in a different state of Nirananda or Brahmananda, and there is no question of getting stress feeling. If you have any stress, automatically it will go. Similarly, when Kundalini is rising through these different channels, the first center below the Kundalini is called there are seven chakras, 7 centers. The bottom, the first one is called Muladhara, and from there the Kundalini rises. Now I will not go into the details of these chakras. These are all centers. So you will find the 5th center is called Vishuddhi Chakra, Ajna, and the last is Sahasrar. And each chakra, each center, and these are called plexus in medical language, and they are connected with different organs, different parts of our body. The moment Kundalini energizes, enlightens each chakra, our all connected parts, connected organs get purified. If they have any disease, anything unnatural, it gets cleared. Also, once you are crossing the Sahasrara, if you have any bad habits, so-called bad habits like smoking, drinking, or any such bad habits, so automatically the habits will disappear in no time and without our knowledge. And that is how it is called in spirituality. So the spiritual ascent, the first step is to get Nirvicharita, what you call as uh, Atma Sakshatkar. That is the first step. Feel the Brahma on your central nervous system, and that is how you become a real Brahmin. Brahmins are those who have felt the Brahma on their central nervous system, and Brahmins are also called Dvija because they are second born. And this is the real basic Indian knowledge, ancient knowledge of rishis, munis who were in Himalaya, in the forest. Now, they used to practice this first to get the self-realization, get Atma Sakshatkar, and then further, because this is the first step of spirituality, then you have to feel the ascent. Then they rise higher and higher in the spirituality, and you go in a different state of spirituality. Whereas, as far as the stress is concerned, the first step is good enough to get rid of the stress and tension. And this is possible in Sahaja Yoga. Now, normally we all feel that yoga means some physical exercise, doing different turning right and left and up and down. So that is not yoga actually. Yoga means it is a union. Yoga means union, the union of our spirit with this all-pervading power of Brahma Chaitanya. That itself is the power of the God, power of the Creator. So we are getting connected with this all-pervading power. So that is union of Atma and Paramatma. So that is the real yoga, and that is why Sri Krishna has said in Gita, Yoga Kshema Vahamyam. You get yoga, and Kshema is my duty. Kshema means all-round well-being. The moment you get yoga, I will give you Kshema. So the same here, Sahaja Yoga is a system which is giving the same yoga by awakening Kundalini and opening chakras, opening Sahasrara, and uniting you with the all-pervading power. Now, this is possible in Sahaja Yoga by the blessings of Her Holiness Sri Mataji Nirmala Devi. Okay, can you show that Sri Mataji chart? Now, Sri Mataji, Sri Mataji started this Sahaja Yoga in 1970, and now there are at least more than thousands of people in all cities in India. You name the city, and there are centers, Sahaja Yoga centers, and they are all practicing Sahaja Yoga. I will not say thousands, but they are in lakhs. They are practicing, not only in India, but outside India in 160 countries, whether you take Europe, USA, you take Australia, Russia, Middle East, including Muslim countries, they are following the Sahaja Yoga. Sri Mataji herself, born in 1923 in Nagpur, and she is a medical doctor, passed in 1946 from Lahore Medical College. That time, Shri Mataji is the daughter of Mr. Salve, who was a mayor of Nagpur, who was also member of parliament, and who of the first parliament, and he was in the committee of writing Constitution of India along with Dr. Ambedkar, and he was a advocate, well-known advocate from Nagpur, and he was a highly spiritual person, knowing almost all the religion details. And Shri Mataji was born to him, and Shri Mataji started practicing Sahaj Yoga from 1970. Shri Mataji married to Mr. Srivastava, Dr. C.P. Srivastava, who is the first batch of IAS of India. He also worked with Lal Bahadur Shastri in the PM office that time. And he was also in UNO for last maybe 20 years or so. He was Secretary General of Maritime Organization, MTO. And he was given award by Queen of England, and he had so many awards, including Padma Bhushan of India. So this is the background of Sahaj Yoga founder, Her Holiness Srimati Nirmala Devi, and it is not like any roadside Baba or Maharaj, and everything is so disciplined, and you will find all ancient Indian system is followed. The basic principle of whether it is a Muslim or Christianity, if it is a true, the Shri Mataji follows that also. But there is nothing like superficial religion feeling or tension. They all meet at some point. So Shri Mataji says that the founder of all these religions, they are the true people, they are the true incarnations, and we not only recognize them, but we practice them. That is how now Shri Mataji has given self-realization to so many thousands of people. Now self-realization means we have seen the triangular bone, the Kundalini in a dormant state in every human being. The Shri Mataji is so highly spiritual person that by her desire, our Kundalini gets awakened, and it is felt by not 1, 2, or 10, but thousands of people in India and all over the world. And the people who are practicing Sahaj Yoga, they are well-learned people. They are doctors, they are engineers, they are architects, they are advocates, they are CAs, they are even in the Air Force, military, all well-learned people. They follow Sahaj Yoga and Shri Mataji's advice. Now, as a result, coming back to that last but one Ajna Chakra, the moment you cross, the Kundalini crosses the last but one chakra, we get Nirvichar, means thoughtless. And the moment we are in thoughtless awareness, we are thoughtless, but we are aware. We are not in a sleeping state. We are not in an unconscious state. But we feel, yes, I am fully aware and I have no thought. I am Nirvichar. And that is what we call as meditation. So the moment you cross Ajna Chakra, you start feeling Nirvichar. And the moment you cross Sahasrar, immediately you feel the Brahma Chaitanya or the divine cool breeze on your central nervous system. Practically, we feel on our palm, both the palm. That's why in this picture they have shown the palm, because the palm is connected to the central nervous system. And we also feel on the Sahasrar, that is fontanel bone area. We feel cool, and something is flowing out from the Sahasrar. We can only feel, and we cannot see, because all these are, this is called Sukshma, subtle system. And Sri Mataji has given name Sahaj to this because Sah means with, Ja means born. Born with us, Sahaj born, Sahaja, born with us is this Kundalini Shakti, which is residing in the triangular bone called sacrum bone. And the sacrum bone name itself is a very old name of this bone, sacrum bone, means there is some divine sacred power sitting inside. Even the Greece people, this word sacrum has come from Greece. So they also know there is some divine power sitting inside. And the only person who is authorized, spiritually high level authorized person, he has powers to awaken this Kundalini. Many people in India are so-called unauthorized, but they call themselves gurus or Maharaj and Babas. They will go around. None of them are authorized. And the Kundalini, instead of rising, it goes back and it is called in a frozen state. And we get so many other negative effects on our being. Whereas only the high spiritual power, authority, like Param Pujya Sri Mataji, Nirmala Devi, Her Holiness Srimati Nirmala Devi. In front of her, if we just express our desire, now it gets awakened. Immediately you feel on your sahasrara, on your talu, on your frontal bone area, something is opening and you are feeling cool breeze. In the beginning, you will feel, because it depends on, there are 7 centers in the passage. The 7 center condition depends on every human being, the condition of 7 centers and the 2 nadis, right and left nadis, and 7 centers. How, depending on your being, how you are, they are in that state. So the entire Kundalini may not come up because Kundalini is like a rope made of so many strands. So few strands may try to come, but sometimes some center is totally blocked. The centers blocking or the chakra blocking means that is not good. It is in a closed state. So Kundalini may not come up. So we have to open those chakras. That is how the Kundalini strands will come up. And we have to work on each chakra. We have to again pray for opening more and more Kundalini strands. And even if few strands, maybe even 2-3 strands, if they come out of Sahasrara, you immediately feel cool breeze on your both the hands and on your head, what is called talu or frontal bone area, or even in the inside the frontal bone area, it is called limbic area. The limbic area you will feel a complete cool effect, and that is how once you become a righteous person, a virtuous person, you cannot do anything wrong. Even if you want, you cannot, because you are guided by the Brahma Chaitanya. You are connected with the Brahma Chaitanya, and you become a very, what you call, I will not say religious, because religious means immediately we start saying Hindu, Muslim, Christian. It is not that religious, but I will say spiritual. You become a real spiritual person. That is what it is. And automatically, this is like a dealing with the roots. So there is no question of any stress and tension. The person will always be stress-free. The person will be always tension-free. And to practice Sahaja Yoga, you don't have to go to any particular place, or there is any training of 1 month course or 2 months course. Then we don't give any certificate, class 1 certificate, class 2 certificate, nothing like that. You can practice anywhere, sitting in your house, doing your job, and while you are on job also you can do. So it is like an online process. You don't have to take any break and go take holiday and go somewhere in some institute and attend some classes. No, nothing like this. It is very simple. That's why it is called Sahaj. it is spontaneous and very easy. What you have to do is only you have to ask, because Sri Mataji is the divine power, and Sri Mataji has started this. By her grace, we all feel this divine cool breeze, and we become what is called as Dvija, or it is called Auliya, it is called Nabi in a different religions. So all become one. So there is no difference between so-called the outside world religions. So they are all at one meeting at one point. So then automatically you become very honest, you become very sincere, and you cannot do anything wrong. So you become a real spiritual person. And it is beyond the problem of the stress, it is beyond problem of tension. And you automatically become very forgiveness person, very humble person, and very trustworthy person. And that is how you will find these days. I was in engineering college, passed in 1969. That time when I was attending so many interviews, everywhere the companies, big companies, they used to call, come for IQ test. So the moment you pass the IQ, okay, you are okay. And then it was found that only then after 10 years or so in the industry, it was found that only IQ is not sufficient, because IQ of the person changes depending on his emotions, depending on his sentiments, depending on his state of emotion. So another test started coming, that IQ plus EQ means emotional quotient. So if EQ and IQ both are, you pass, means you have passed the test. But after passing IQ and EQ, then they found that no, these two are also not sufficient, because those who have passed IQ, EQ, they have reached to the top, but they are not honest, they are not trustworthy, they don't have humility, and they have cheated the company, even sitting at the top. You will find in India also, I don't want to name the companies, and even in US also. Then the corporate world started searching that IQ and EQ is not sufficient. So how to get this and how to test? So they wanted a trustworthy, honest person with a humility. So they found a word called SQ. So a person has to have IQ, EQ, and SQ. SQ means the spiritual quotient. So you can get this honesty, trustworthiness, humility, forgiveness only from SQ. So that the person you can trust fully at the helm of the affair, at the top level of the company, we can have full trust. So that is how recently all these big institutes like Harvard Institute, etc. Now they have found this word SQ, but they don't know how to test, because they have found a method to test IQ, they have found a method how to test EQ, but so far they could not get a method how to test SQ. But they know SQ will give them the required quality of the persons. But so far they haven't got any method system, and they have approached to our Sahaja Yoga authorities whether we can have some testing method for SQ. So instead of going to all that round and round, we have here readily available the Sahaja Yoga, which is free of cost. We are not allowed to charge anywhere, any program to the seekers who are coming. It is completely free of charge because this is a pure natural system. A natural system doesn't ask for money. Like we put a seed into Mother Earth and the plant grows. We don't pay any money to Mother Earth that please allow this plant to grow or let it be faster or slower. It has its own method, it has its own timing, and that is a natural process. Similarly, Sahaja Yoga is a very natural system uh, by the blessings of Her Holiness Shri Mataji, and it is free of cost. There are no charges anywhere for self-realization, for so-called Atma Sakshatkar. If there is some program, if they arrange like musical program, etc., those expenses are different. But for the sake of self-realization, we are not charging or we are not allowed to charge. So this is the Sahaja Yoga system by which every human being becomes free of tension, free of all diseases. Yeah, even if you have cancer or you have anything non-curable disease, it is cured in Sahaja Yoga. Even many doctors who have come to Sahaja Yoga and got cured because they could not get treatment in any medical hospital. So it was told, it was called long time back, one time will come when there are no hospitals, but people will get cured automatically by practicing yoga. Now that is nothing but this Sahaja Yoga. And Shri Mataji held so many medical conferences with so many doctors because she herself was a doctor, medical doctor, not only in India, in Mumbai, Delhi, Chennai, but also in London, New York, and in Australia. Many doctors had come, attended, and many doctors are followers now of Sahaja Yoga. So now, if we are ready, we can have practice this self-realization here also now. On this chart, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 8 stages. Sorry, 9 stages shown. So, Chandrakant, can you now we will practice so-called self-realization, so-called Atma Sakshatkar. So please now I will hand over to Chandrakant. Can you get this done?
Yeah, thank you, sir. Thank you, Vijay, sir. So all participant, it will just 8 or 9 minutes, the whole process will run, but it will be one of the best experience of your life. So these are the 9 steps which you need to do. So the first step, what you need to do is all the step you need to do with your right hand, because right hand is your action power. So keep your both the hand on your lap, palm will be facing. This is a base position. Now raise your right hand and put on your upper on your heart on little left side. So this is raise your right hand, put on your heart little left side. This is step number 1. Step number 2, raise your right hand, put on upper part of abdomen. Okay, you all can do together with us. The step number 3 is raise your right hand and put on lower part of your abdomen. Okay, step number 4 is again raise your right hand and put on upper part of abdomen. So step number 2 and step number 4 is exactly same. Then step number 5, raise our right hand, put on our heart little left side. So step number 1 and 5 is exactly same. Step number 6 is raise our right hand, move from your left side, keep it on back side and rotate your head toward the right side. It's a very simple step. Step number 7, raise your right hand, put on your forehead horizontally, press it little bit, squeeze your palm, move your head little down. Step number 8, move your right hand below your backside of your head. Be relaxed like the way we do relaxation. And step number 9 is stretch your palm, put on top of your head, press it little bit hard and rotate 7 times clockwise direction. So these all the steps we are going to perform now. I will be going to play one small video, and in that you need to perform this step. And I will request you, please do this very sincerely. After this, you will awaken your kundalini, and you can feel a cool and hot breeze on your palm and top of your head. So now I am playing one.
No, they have to close the eyes. Once you start
Yeah,
doing, you
yeah,
have to close the eyes, and you will open only when he tells to open.
yeah,
And please do it with without any doubt in your mind.
yeah. So we all need to close our eyes. Maybe I am playing one video. In the instruction, Shri Mataji Nirmala Devi will ask you to close your eyes, and then you need to close your eyes immediately. Before that, if you are wearing any shoes or slipper, you can just remove it so that your feet can touch Mother Earth. And if you are wearing a spec, you can remove, because we are closing our eyes. So maybe in 2 or 3 seconds, you need to close your eyes. Once the
Keep your eyes closed. Keep your eyes closed. First of all, please put your right hand on your heart. All the time, the left hand is towards me. Now, here you have to say, in your heart, with all sincerity, Mother, am I the spirit? Ask the question 3 times in your heart. This is a very fundamental question. Now bring the right hand on to the left hand side of your stomach, in the upper part. Here press it. Now this is the center of your mastery, your guidance, your Guru Tattva, as they say. So ask a question, Mother, am I my own master? This is a question to be asked 3 times. Mother, am I my own master? Now, bring your right hand down below, in the lower part of the abdomen. Now, this is the center from which all the divine work is done. All the pure work is done. So to ask 6 times, because this center has got 6 petals. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. 6 times you just ask. As a result of this asking, the Kundalini starts getting awakened. Now to help the Kundalini rise, you have to cooperate with her. So please put your right hand on the left hand side in the upper part of your abdomen and press it on the stomach. Now here you have to say with full confidence, to help the Kundalini to rise, Mother, I am my own master. This you have to say 10 times. These are the 10 commandments which you have to say. That, Mother, I am my own master. Now, 10 times with full confidence. Now, please raise your right hand to your heart. Now, here you have to say, again with full confidence, Mother, I am the Spirit. This is the truth. You are the Spirit. But you have to say with full confidence, Mother, I am the Spirit. This you have to say 12 times. Now one has to know that God Almighty is the ocean of love. But above all, He is the ocean of forgiveness. So He forgives. Whatever wrong you do, He forgives. So don't feel guilty and put your right hand across. On the left hand side, in the corner which is made by your neck and your shoulder. Now here you have to say, again with full confidence, 16 times, Mother, I am not guilty. Please say it. Mother, I am not guilty. 16 times. I am not guilty at all. Please say it. Please say it. Very hot. Now raise your hand across on your forehead. And it's a very important center. Here you have to say from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone. Please say it from your heart. How many times is not the point. Mother, I forgive everyone. Now, some would say that it's very difficult to forgive. But it's a myth that we do not forgive or we forgive. We do not do anything in both the cases. But if we don't forgive, then we play into wrong hands. So please say from your heart, Mother, I forgive everyone. Now please take your hand on the back agya, the same center, on the back side of your head and allow your head to rest on it and push it back a little bit. Now here, you have to say, for your satisfaction, because you always feel guilty, that, O Divine, if I have done anything wrong, please forgive me. Please forgive me. From your heart. Stretch your hand fully and put your center of your palm on top of the fontanelle bone area, which was a very soft bone in your childhood. Press it hard. Press hard your scalp. Now you have to move it 7 times, saying one thing, which you have to ask for. Mother, please give us my self-realization, because I cannot force on you. So you have to ask for it. 7 times, press it hard and move it 7 times, very hard. slowly, saying that
Now slowly we can open our eyes very slowly. Now you can observe the screen where we can see both of our palm and top of our head. Same position we need to observe our both the palm and top of our head, where if we can feel some cool or hot breeze coming from our hand or top of our head. It's a very minute experience you need to observe. Now the last step is, I request you all, if possible, you can all do together, and you can switch on your video just for 1 or 2 minutes. You all can raise your right hand on top of your head and see if you can able to feel a cool or hot breeze coming from your head. Try to feel that energy. If possible, you can switch on your video just for 1 or 2 minutes. So take your right hand back to your lap, try with the left hand if you can feel a cool or hot breeze. It's a very minute experience, so you can see. Now take your left hand back to your lap, again try with the right hand if you can able to feel that energy. Now stretch both our arm toward the sky, move our head little backside, and we will ask one question in our heart. Mother, is this the experience of self realization? क्या यही आत्म साक्षात्कार की अनुभूति है? And slowly we can do namaskar the way we used to do namaskar in front of our heart, and slowly we can open our palm like this. Maybe you can feel some cool or hot breeze between your palm. So this is the practical part which we have covered. So maybe Sandeep sir, how much time we have?
I think so today we can close, and
Yeah.
tomorrow we will continue.
Okay. So just 1 or 2 question we can take, last 1 or 2 question if anyone has. So if anyone has any last 1 or 2 question, maybe you can ask to Uncle Vijay Nargilkar sir, so they can address. So anyone has any question?
Sandeep sir, the participants will be same who are present today. They will be tomorrow.
Same,
All of them.
almost same. Some more will be there, sir. Okay, these participants will be there.
So they can, if they are feeling shy asking question, they can give in writing to you, and tomorrow you can read those questions. We will answer.
Okay, sure. We will do that.
Okay.
So if you have any questions, you just send me. Okay, we will talk. We will discuss that tomorrow.
Please feel free, and you can ask any question, any type of question. But feel free to ask.
Hello. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
I am audible, sir.
Yes.
Sir, actually, I have a uric acid problem, and daily I have pain in my joints, like in fingers and in knee also. So, what type of yoga I will do that I will get relaxed?
First, you have to get this self-realization. The moment you find a cool breeze on your hands and on your head, your 50% problem will disappear as it is. And but your attention should not be only on your problem. Your attention should be on your head, Sahasrar, whether I am getting cool breeze or not. Then put your attention there and take it out attention from your problem. The point is, this yoga works only on attention, on chitta. Where is your attention? So you just slightly take out attention from your problem and keep it on your Sahasrar for a few days, and you will find change automatically. And don't limit your achievement only to cure this, because Sajoga gives you much more than what you are asking physical, beyond physical problems. So my only request to you is now keep attention only on your Sahasrar or on Shrimataji, and try to feel cool breeze on the hand or head, and then you will find slowly your problem will disappear. And but your attention should not be attached to your problem. The attention works by itself. So you detach and keep attention on Sahasrar and start practicing, and you will get the result.
So what time we have to do it daily?
You will show what type of exercise you will do once you will.
That we will explain tomorrow, because
Okay,
Mr. He has given time tomorrow. So what to practice and where are the centers in every city in India, all those details we will give tomorrow.
okay, sir.
ठीक है, Chandrakant, we can explain what practice they should do at home.
Okay,
and
sir. Yeah.
where are the centers, and they can ask different cities, because you may be coming from different native places, so we can give you all the details.
Yes. So we can give you all the detail tomorrow. Maybe you can join, and maybe Nargilkar sir will be there tomorrow. So you will get all the information tomorrow. So thank you very much, because today, because of a time constraint, we can have a detailed session
So
tomorrow.
Mr. Sandeep, tomorrow same time, 4 o'clock, 4:30.
Same time, same time, same time.
Same
Okay.
time.
Thank you, sir, for conducting a session.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. We will meet tomorrow.
Yeah, we will meet
Continue the session.
all those participants who are present. We will see you tomorrow.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you very much.
So today we are going to stop our session. Tomorrow we have three sessions are there, three technical sessions. First session, it's not a hands-on. After that, we will have two sessions. It's hands-on. So material for installing is provided in the resource material link. Please go through that and complete and come. Okay. Tomorrow we will start the session at 9:30 a.m. Thank you. Okay. Either.